I guess it's never too early to start to achieve something great. My name is Braden, and welcome to Valve Guides. CSGO Empire is the #1 site for fun entertainment in the CS community. Make sure to follow them on Twitter for consistent giveaways and use our code GUIDES to get 50 cents for free to start playing. Well, how are y'all doing today? Hopefully you guys can notice some improved microphone quality. I got some new equipment to get that buzzing noise out that was there in the last video. That's why the video is a little bit late today, but hopefully it sounds a lot better. Before we get into the video though, I want to let you guys know if you follow me on Twitter at BradenVG, we can just chill and talk about music, but also make sure to send me questions for the live portion at the end of each video because I'm going to be taking half of the questions from Twitter at the end of each video. With that out of the way, and that being said, today we're going to go over our top 5 CSGO players who are so young that it hurts and makes us feel like we ought to be doing something more with our lives. Or maybe it might be there to inspire you because you can do anything. Wink, wink. I actually mean it though. At number 5, we have, not gonna lie y'all, don't know how to say the word, don't know how to say his name. Ziwoo, Z-Y-W-O-O. I'm American. You have made memes about me not being able to pronounce names and they're true. So not many people have heard of this player. He is 17 years old, but he is one of the highest rated players on HLTV with a 1.4 rating. I think at this point we can probably assume that he's definitely somebody to watch out for, especially within the French scene of CSGO. It's rumored that teams like G2 and Envious are looking at possibly picking him up in coming years. Moving on to number 4, I have another name that I don't know how to say, which is either Serq, Kirk, or Kirk. I'm so sorry. He's one of the most talented NA offers right now at 18 years young. He's been grinding his way up the North American scene. He's originally from Bulgaria, which is pretty neat. Make sure to keep an eye out for this one. He's getting some decent ratings right now. He's currently a bench player for Team NRG. For the record, I saw this on Reddit, so it must be true. Never make fun of somebody who can't pronounce names because it means that they read it somewhere. Bam. Moving on to number 3, we have a name that I can't pronounce, which is Frozen. He is one of the highest rated young talents worldwide in CSGO right now, and one of the youngest high rated talents in CSGO worldwide. He's 15 years old, y'all. That's 15 years old. That's crazy. And I think the biggest downside for Frozen is that he's 15 years old, but it's also one of his biggest upsides because he's 15 years old and he's so good. The downside of being 15 is a lot of events might not let you play because you're young. And I'm not sure what the age of entry is for other countries. I know for the US, in a lot of places it's 18. I think it's 17 in other places, maybe even 16. I don't know. I've never been to Europe, so that's on me. In a few years from now, Frozen could potentially be one of the greatest players in the world. Just think about it. He's this good now. He's 15. He has 3 years before he's 18, and a lot can change in 3 years. And there could even be a sequel to CSGO by the time he's there. Think about that for a bit. At number 2, we have Twists. He's one of the best young talents in the North American scene, and he's only 18 years old. He has some incredible raw aim and talent, and he's proven himself multiple times at LAN events. He's really shown that he can play at a high level on a consistent basis, and I think right now we just gotta wait and see what he can offer for years to come, because at this point it's just a matter of how well you fine-tune your talent, how much you improve. Once you start with raw talent, you can only go up as long as you're trying. So I definitely keep an eye out for Twists. At number 1, we have Ropes. We've talked about Ropes before, and he's without a doubt one of the best young talents to ever play CSGO. He as well is 18 years old. He's had no prior team experience. Well, he didn't have no prior team experience. He had very little to no prior team experience before joining Mao's Esports. We've talked about him before, which was awkward because I said we talked about him before the first time we talked about him, but I thought we had already made this video when we hadn't, so we hadn't talked about him before, but we are talking about him now. So yes, he was widely doubted all around when he first joined the scene because Mao's picked up somebody that looked like they'd never really played a lot of competitive CS as far as teams go. But he really shined. He really did prove himself at LAN events too. His highlights are quite entertaining and quite impressive as well. Ropes is for sure taking the #1 spot on this list. Welcome back, everybody, to the Q&A portion of the video where I make poor life decisions while answering questions that you guys asked me. Make sure to follow me on Twitter if you would like to ask questions, as well as follow the community section of the Valve Guides channel, because I'm going to be taking half of the questions from the community section and half of the questions from my Twitter at BradenVG. We're going to start off with the question, how long does it take to make each video? Really depends on the type of video. If it's a really long, really detailed video, then it can take, I'd say, 8 hours from writing, recording, and editing. But that's very subject to change. It's quickest I've ever edited a video is 2 hours. Oh geez, this is a horrible, horrible way to base my bet. 25 on CT, we're gonna lose it all, y'all. What is your favorite CSGO skin? The one I have the best memories with is an Redline. Of course, I'm gonna lose a lot. Redline was the first skin I ever unboxed, and it happened to be like 40 bucks at the time I unboxed it. So that's just the greatest memory with the skin I have. It's the most expensive skin I've ever unboxed because I have horrible luck, as you can see. We're gonna lose right here. One more time. Do you see what happens to me? I'm literally about to lose everything. We're gonna go 15 on CT again. This is what, you know, I'm not one to complain, but this sucks. This is what happens to me. I was doing really well at the very start. I just won 5. We won one, y'all. See, we did it. I think we can safely consider this betting run to be a failure, and I think I'm gonna have to start another one because I have failed, quite honestly. Look at that! Look at that! I'm gonna go before I break something. Thank you guys so much for sticking around until this part of the video. Again, make sure to follow CSGO Empire on Twitter, as well as me, if you want to hang out. And I will see y'all in the next, and it's CT, the one I need to stop.